Thank you.
You're welcome. So we're going to go ahead and start with our vision, our values, and our mission. And Sister Kathy, when you bring the page up, would you be
Yeah,
able to do the mission, which is the last one?
I'd be happy to. I have the page up.
Okay, thank you. And Carmen, can you do our vision? And I'll do the values.
Vision to help every young person identify and develop their unique talents and dedicate them to the Lord's service. We envision we envision a world where never again must a young person live an aimless life. We see a time when all young people know their true purpose and lead meaningful lives in the Lord's service.
Our values. Enthusiasm. We are passionate about the work we are engaged in. Sacrificing. We take up our cross by stepping out of our comfort zone in Christ. Faithful. We are faithful in that which is least, so that we can be faithful also in much. Leadership development. We develop leaders by giving others the opportunities we wish we had when we were in their situation. Intentional. We lead purposeful and intentional lives by having a definite aim in all that we do. Communication. Of all the gifts we have received from God, none is capable of being a greater blessing than our speech. Improvement. Something better is our watchword. Resourcefulness. Resourcefulness. We are extremely resourceful leaders who always have more than enough resources to do what God has called us to do. Amen. Bias for action. We are action takers who love making tough decisions quickly and solution-oriented. We are problem solvers who consistently solve increasingly high-leverage problems. Amen. And our mission
is to inspire and rightly train an army of youth to dedicate their lives to Christ's service and engage in the finishing work of redemption before the soon coming of Jesus. We do this through our unique digital training curriculum, live workshops, daily videos, mentoring, and other exclusive success resources.
Amen. Thank you. So, step 2, we are going to reconfirm general aims and confidence in achieving monthly missions. I just want to say too that I know last week we were finishing up the challenge on the day of the debriefing. We were in the middle of the challenge, and so we didn't necessarily write down weekly wins, but as we were going through this, take the time to go back through the stepping stones, see what we were able to complete, and if you can think of anything that needs to be written down, we can do that so that we're prepared when we get to that part. Alright, annual aims.
Kamran will migrate 12 of our high-leverage classic funnels to ClickFunnels 2.0, so we can create a centralized customer center to improve our student learning experience by December 14th, 2023.
Thank you. Shanice will implement the principles found in all 8 modules and beyond of Daryl E's YouTube mentorship program, so we can build a lead-generating machine and a thriving community that is
Kathy will gather 100 attendees to an online challenge so we can fulfill our contract by having Myron repitch for us by May the 8th, 2023.
Thank you. And Shanice will apply the 4 ways to grow business framework to acquire strategic partners and affiliates so we can develop ever-expanding win-win opportunities for each party, as measured by landing 30 speaking engagements in 1 month by December 14th, 2020. And, Carmen, can you do Enid?
Enoch will market the I Want a Mentor book by making 1,000 book offers so we can master the art and science of book marketing by December 14th, 2023.
Alright, awesome job, you guys. So now let's go on to step 2.2. Where we're going to reconfirm progress and confidence in achieving the monthly mission. And so we're going to start with Sister Kathy.
Kathy will set intentions and conduct 8 challenge funnel workathons with Kamran and Deborah to work on the Make Money as a Mentor challenge funnel. So we can have somewhere for our 100 plus challenge attendees to purchase tickets by March 29, 2023. The workathon conducted is, we wanted to do 8 workathons. Workathons is, the workathons, we've had 8.
We've had 8 already?
Yeah.
Okay, so 8 out of 8. That's very good.
Praise the Lord, it is. Praise God.
Did you, when was it that you and I got together and worked on those people? I think besides this one where it says 3-8, then we could have done one. And so we might have 9 working on
That's okay, the more the merrier.
Exactly. So for workathons conducted, someone we can put 9 out of 8. And Sister Kathy, on a scale from 1 to 10, what progress? What's progress?
Well, since the workathons having 8 workathons and we have 9 out of 8, I would say the progress is a 10 out of 10.
Praise the Lord. And what is your confidence on a scale from 1 to 10 that we will achieve this monthly vision?
I think it's a 10 out of 10. It's a 20 out of 10. I think we're going to have twice the amount of, well, maybe not twice. We have 16 more days.
Yeah,
So,
that's amazing.
uh-huh.
Alright, and so now we're going to go down to step 3.1.1, and we're going to talk about the actual progress that we've made this week. So what were we able to do last week? And you can include the challenge, because that's we did that too.
Yeah, the challenge was done. And I know it was this week on the 8th that you and I worked together to choose the emails. We worked on the emails, so that was an accomplishment, progress.
I think we worked on it Thursday as well, where we chose the 2, but then we also went through.
Oh, yeah, we did.
Yeah. And so I think that's where the main point came from.
Okay. Alrighty. And then Coleman and Enoch worked on Skills Unlimited sales page copy. Does this count toward this monthly mission? I would think so. I don't know how it wouldn't. Skills Unlimited is regarding the challenge, right?
It's included with the challenge.
Yeah, it's included. So I think it's.
But
yeah, I do.
They don't necessarily see the sales page if they get it from the challenge.
Okay.
I will count
But it's progress. It's definitely progress. So, good. Alrighty. And then the biggest problem is that next.
Is there any other progress that we made?
Well, the challenge definitely was progress. That we finished up at the first of the week.
We did the thing called when we present the offering. But in the last call, we did it differently this time. See, look,
It was practicing.
Yeah, he did it for the first time because then he got one. And so that was progress.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's called though. That's the
No, just a minute, I'll tell you. It's called a repitch.
Yeah, we did a repitch for the Green Valley what else did we do? I reached out to Larry again, and last week we said intention to reach out to him and let him know that April is not looking like we're gonna have 100, but we're aiming for May. And so I reached out to him and I let him know that, and I asked if Myron's I asked him what Myron's availability looks like for May instead. So I have not yet received the response, but we did our part. And I can follow up with him again this week. So, is there anything else that I did to register? Well, Sister Kathy and I did work on the emails, and then after we stopped working together, I crafted out. I actually did one, like a full email.
Good.
To be reviewed.
It's wonderful.
Yeah. But it goes with stuff too. Alright. Can't think of anything else. You guys already put down what
you guys.
So, what was that? Oh, okay. So number 3.2, what is the number one biggest problem that you or we are currently facing, thus that by solving would make the greatest difference in moving this monthly mission forward? And what could you or we do to solve it?
What are your thoughts on that, Kamran?
What are their thoughts? My thoughts?
Yes. Yes.
The collective thoughts of everyone? No. What are the thoughts? My thoughts?
Yes.
Well, we gotta get those them pages ready for the premium value offer, because that's what we're selling at the end of the challenge. And if those aren't ready, then we can present it, but
Okay, so that's one of our biggest, you look at that as maybe the biggest domino. Last week I see that it says update the PVO portion of the challenge funnel. Did we do that?
what?
That was garbled. I think that might have been a minute ago.
I said that was what Carmen just said.
Oh, that's the same thing. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. That makes sense. P, premium value offer.
Yeah.
I'll write that down. Thank you.
Carmen, does that look about right?
At the end of the challenge. That's fine. Oh. No. There. There.
Can you see it really quiet for all of you as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello?
Hi there.
Is it better?
Fancy meeting you here. Yeah, we can hear you better.
Yes, thank you.
I was just asking if I got everything. I was asking Carmon if I got everything that he wrote, and then I think he said yeah. I don't know. I think since Deborah was trying to call me at the same time. That's what happened.
Oh, that's what happened.
Yeah. Okay, so what expectations are at risk of being unmet?
Expectations. Well, bringing 100 people to the next challenge.
Are we talking about for this week?
Oh, for this week, huh?
Well, isn't that for every week?
I'm talking about for this week. What would be in the way of preventing us from bottlenecking on our biggest bottleneck or making progress this week?
I think knowing how to get 100 people to the webinar or to the challenge.
Yeah, but what does that look like? What is in the way of us doing that this week?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I wish I knew.
That's what I'm
Does
asking.
somebody know? Does anybody know?
Well, I know we're going to be working on the challenge page to do the implementation workshop, but the implementation workshop is the big thing that we have this week. And so, by working on that, by reaching out to the people we need to reach out to, that's going to help us bring 100 people to the challenge. So, I mean, if you guys still think of the expectation at risk of being unmet, then move with that, but if there's something else, no, it's a fun to look at. That we're gonna move on. Alright, so where do you see people where you need support to move forward? Sister.
Well, what did you just ask?
So Sister Kathy, where do you see people where you need support to move forward?
The support is going to be at the implementation workshop to help move things forward.
What does that look like? And from who?
They're going to be working on the PVO portion of the challenge funnel.
Yeah.
So that's going to be, that's the support is, is working on that to move everything forward.
Okay, and where do you need support specifically in the part that you play?
Brother Kamran to have to have the sections ready to work on for the implementation workshop.
What is that? The section's ready.
What does that mean?
You listed them off yesterday. I did not write them down. The pages that need to be worked on during the implementation workshop. That's what we need so that we know what we're doing at the implementation workshop. The pages that we're working on for the funnel and the value offer.
And here's what I can use to do with this is for Kamran to look at the emails that have already been done. Review them, I mean. And I don't know if we said it. I don't remember if we said a time to Kathy to work on them. It was, yeah. Oh yeah, we did today.
We did today.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, never mind then. That's something else I have.
No, that's okay. We need to make sure we're on the same page, and that's today. We set it aside to work on them.
Okay, but yeah, so I'm going to review those ones that have been done so far. And also, excuse me, to find out when the emails are done and they're ready, where do they go to be broadcasted in ClickFunnels 2.0? I haven't explored that yet. So I guess I can watch Carmen do that, like navigate to it so I know where to go. So that would be support from you as well, Carmen. To learn how to put the emails to be broadcasted. I haven't done much in ClickFunnels 2.0 except create pretty links. Okay, is there anywhere else that we can support with this particular mission?
I don't know of any.
Are those new direction emails ready to send out?
Yes. The new direction emails are ready to send out.
Great.
Awesome.
And we only want to send them, of course, with the people that have, is your door open?
Yeah.
Would you be willing to shut that?
3-4, shut the door. Okay.
So we only want to send them to what? To people that what?
It's hard for me to think right now.
Okay.
Just the people who have the poor missionary tags. Where is that echo coming from?
Don't know.
Okay. Whatever you say.
Alright, so let's go on to the next one then. Which is me. Says Shadisha will set intentions and conduct 8 workathons to implement the assignments found in modules 2 through 5 of the YouTube channel Jumpstart with Gerald Lees so we can build a thriving and profitable YouTube community by March 29, 2023. This last week, I think the numbers are up to date. Update them as I go. Actually, okay, so this past week, Sister Deborah and I did get together and we watched the first 2 videos in section 3 of the course. Talked about our understanding of what he was sharing and we wrote down some actual steps as well. And then I think it was Wednesday, Enoch and Catherine and I worked together on, we used ChatGPT as well to work together on creating, I think it was outline for YouTube videos.
Who was it?
Me, Catherine, and Enoch.
Okay.
And so we were able to do that, which that will be 7 out of 8 working on. Progress on a scale from 1 to 10. I guess 9. Confidence 10. And Something else, I'm looking at the project group. Oh, the daylight videos. We've been doing those from Monday to Monday. We did one every day, so I guess that's 7. Be able to record 7 daylight videos, and that's pretty cool. Cause that kind of helps us to be able to like figure out what video, like Unique is practicing like for YouTube videos too, and different concepts that you want to see. And that helps with it. So that's nice. So let me see what's the next one. So what is the number one biggest problem that you or we are currently facing, such that by solving would make the greatest difference in moving this monkey mission forward? And what could you or we do to solve it? So this week, what did I put for last week? I think we were working on what I did last week. Oh, so it'll be the same one as last week. We didn't work on it, but it's to help Sister Deborah finish up the 3 lists of liberty so that we can know who to involve in what, and also added to that is going through our, like after we figure out who's going to be involved, which is one area some other people can get involved, but going through our content calendars that we have and picking out those videos that we would do well to re-record. Like prioritizing those, put them on the list so we can work on it. Because I think one of our biggest challenges is getting the outlines, like a lot of them done so that we can batch record, but we have videos that are outlined that we can re-record already. We just add them to the list, so that would be nice to do. What expectations are at risk of being unmet? Remembering to do the list first before moving on to other things, and before moving on to the 3 lists, because I have to do one for them too, actually. But every time we sit down to do it, I don't remember to finish that. And also the implementation workshop is this week, so not having time to work on long things. Where do you see people or you need support to move forward? Carmron, I would still like your help with finding where the YouTube branding stuff is. Where you located that, if you can send me a link to it or tag me where they are so I can take a look at them. The banners and the graphics and things for the YouTube channel.
I'm monopolizing this list right now.
What was that?
I'm monopolizing this list here right now.
You said you're monopolizing the list?
Yeah, this list here.
I see. And don't worry, it's gonna change soon. Sister Kathy and Sister Deborah, I would like your help to go through and see what, if you're into that kind of thing, see what kind of playlist we can create for the YouTube channel. To see something you guys like or you would want to be involved in for the new YouTube channel. And for Enoch, I was mentioning earlier about going through the videos to see what we want to re-record. I'd like your support to prioritize those. Like, let me know exactly which ones you're definitely not going to record, and then we can go through the list of the ones that you want to.
Why? What would that do?
What? Set aside the ones that you're not going to?
Yeah, what's the purpose of doing that right now?
So
prioritizing that at this time.
Of possibilities.
But we're not short on a list of possibilities. That's not where our bottleneck is.
Yeah, but they already have outlines. Our bottleneck is creating outlines.
Well, we're creating an outline from the transcript, and we already have 5 that needed outlines that are already identified for YouTube. I don't plan on prioritizing some things like that anytime, like until the outlines for the 5 videos that we have are turned into slides.
So the ones that are on our content list, our content calendar report, don't they already have slides?
No, there's only one that have slides.
No, I'm not talking about the new ones. I'm talking about the videos that you've recorded already.
Videos I recorded already. You're talking about Daylight videos?
I remember at some point, these Daylight videos, there's Momentum Masterclasses or Leadership Tables or whatever they're called, that you said we can go through and see which ones we would do to re-record and put them on YouTube, but those already have slides and outlines. We just have to update them.
Well, that's what I'm doing with the that's what I'm doing with the Daylight videos. And decide which ones to re-record.
Okay.
Don't do old frameworks.
I see. I thought those other videos had slides created for them way back then. Okay. And also, what else is YouTube? Oh, and also, this might not be able to do that this week. Never mind. Let's keep it at that. I'm looking at the time that we have to do things this week. All right, let's keep it there. The next one is, oh, that's the last question. So next monthly mission, Sister Deborah.
Yeah. Okay. Let me read it. It says Deborah will change the team and learning to use AI to replace all of our activities so we can multiply our time, value, productivity, momentum, and do only those things which we can do by March 29th. And I've done 2 more of those, so I got 8 out of 8 now.
Praise the Lord.
Yeah. And
Wow.
what else?
So
What else is 10 out of 10?
confidence.
A 10 out of 10?
Praise God. All right. So what actually were we able to do this week? What progress did we make when you got together with people?
Let's see. I forgot to write it down. Let's see. Well, we worked. I did a meeting with everybody this week, and I worked with. Actually, didn't I work with you? I worked with you and Sherry. I don't remember. Did I work with you, Kathy? I don't remember. I don't think so. Yeah, I did that.
Well, you and I worked together, and we were able to find. So we found a list of different AI extensions that can help us with what is it called? Like finding data online and things. And then we talked about Save to Notion, and I finally downloaded that. Not downloaded it, but added it to extensions. Why is that? And you and Sister Sherry, what did you guys work together on? Was it about the recipes or something?
Yeah, and plus just kind of get her familiar with it and to see what different things AI can do. And I think next time we get together, we're gonna work on. Well, I showed her how to find menu or recipes and how to download that. And she was starting a new what is it, like 10 talent thing, and I'm gonna have to show her how to add it to the old one because I misguided her. But I'll do that, and so next week we'll probably get more clarity on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. And then when we got together on Thursday, what did we do? Thursday morning when we all came together.
You know, I didn't write it down, so I don't remember. We talked about AI and how we used it. I think, did we talk about what we liked about it? I don't remember what we talked about. So.
I don't remember anything either, but I think that's what we did.
Yeah. I think
you went through the metrics, remember?
I what?
You went through the metrics that you were asking people, like on a scale from 1 to 10, how likely are they to use it? Or something like that. And then you asked them, like, what would it take to get that number higher, what their challenges are.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I remember. Alright. And what were you about to say just now?
Oh, I was gonna say that, and I want to say it here too. That next week when we get together as a team, I would like to talk about a project that you're gonna work on for the week, and you know how you're gonna use AI to do that.
Okay, so that's an area to do it. Okay, that sounds good. So what is the number one biggest problem that you or we are currently facing, such as myself, will make the greatest difference in moving this mission forward? And what can you or we do to solve it?
I think actually making a goal to use it and actually using that. I think that when we like say, okay, even if it's something small, you know, if you say, okay, I know AI, I'm going to use it here, and I want it to take over this aspect of my work. Or it doesn't even have to take over it, just use it in the area that you're wanting to be, you know, taken over by AI. And I think that would take us really far, because sometimes it's fearful just to try something. But once you try it, it's like a big door opens up and you're like, yeah! And you just go right for it, you know? So I think just putting AI to use, practical use.
Okay. You cut out at the end, but I heard you through the wall. I don't know if it's just me or if anybody else is having issues hearing you.
Together.
Whoops. Alright. Yeah, you got disconnected.
Am I on there?
Okay, yeah, you're back.
Oh.
Alright, well, thank you.
Oh.
So the next one says Katharina. Enoch, would you be willing to go through that?
Can Kathy go through it?
She can. I was asking if you were willing to.
No, because that's Kathy's monthly mission. We just put Katharina's name on it. Or Kathy's name was on it before.
Alright, well, Sister Kathy? Is she back in the room? I know she was just down here.
She is. She was talking to Mom with her mic muted.
Oh.
Katharina will set intentions and conduct 8 content rhythm workathons so we can establish daily life. It's coming videos, microblogs, quote cards, email sequences, and book post content rhythms by March 29th. Workathons conducted, says 8 out of 8. Yep, 8 out of 8. Progress is 10. And competence is 10.
Okay, and what were we able to do this week? To move that mission forward.
It says on the 7th that Shanisha, Enoch, and Katharina worked together to test VIDYO's AI to see how it would create micro content for us.
Yeah, that was nice. I think Katharina created one already using it. Video.
She created one on the first day. And that's when we found out that our debit card isn't working.
Okay. Is there any other progress that we're able to make with the content rhythm?
Not that I know of.
Sister Kathy, what do you see as the number one biggest problem that you're currently facing with keeping up with finding out the progress for the content rhythm?
I talk to Katharina once a week, scheduled to talk with her once a week, and I don't think she had been in contact with Rebecca, but I do know she, like you said, was on the workathon, so that was good. That's progress.
Yeah, I just mean like, I think last week too, when we asked this question, you said you didn't know what we did. Like,
I didn't attend the meeting. That's what you mean? I didn't attend the meeting?
No, I just mean like when we come to the weekly debriefing, like for you to be, like if she's not here and for you to be able to say like what progress we've actually made, like what do you see is like hinders you from being able to keep up with that, like the progress that we're making with the content with them?
It's a good question.
I'd like to know the answer too.
Is it like following, like talking to people that you know are involved with the content rhythm during the week besides Katharina? Is it because her name is on it, you haven't been keeping up on it or looking to see what we've been doing, or what is the challenge with that?
This is, out of all the monthly missions, this is a monthly mission that most heavily requires like project management skills, where we depend upon you the most.
Well, there's where the problem is then.
What? Where is? Because what I shared didn't sound like a problem to me. So what does that mean to you?
That you depend upon me the most and I'm not dependable.
What? That's not what I just said.
Yeah, that's not what you said. That's not what I heard either.
You are dependable, Kathy.
Yeah.
I have let the whole group down, not being able to come together and tell you what the biggest problem is and regarding this mission.
You haven't let us all down.
Yeah,
This is all part of the process. We're learning how to how to make sense of it, how we support you, where you need support to where you need supported. We're all in this together.
Yeah, and that's the main reason for asking the question, is so that we can see, like, what it could be something with us too. Like, what is it that, like, how can we help you be able to report on this mission during the meetings? And so it doesn't mean that it's something that you're doing. We're just asking in a general sense, like, what do you see is like hindering that? And nobody has suggested that you're not dependable or in any way, shape, or form.
We all know you are dependable.
We would be asking you.
I was dependable. I had the answer.
That's not true. Dependable people don't have all the answers. Kathy, you are not your last mistake. Your behavior is not who you are.
And it's okay to not have the answer, but this is why we come together. This is why we have these sessions, so that we can discuss this stuff, find answers and solutions. No one expects you to have all the answers, but we just want to know, like, what would help you the most, so that you would be able to have answers. But Sister Kathy, you've been doing a great job. I just want you to know that. Like, even the monthly mission of itself is already an 8 out of 8. Both of the ones that you've been involved in. One is a 9 out of 8, the other one is an 8 out of 8. So that's great progress. But we will hit bottlenecks sometimes, and we just need to know how to navigate it, how to find solutions, how to problem solve, how to help you move forward. But we can come back to it. What expectations are at risk of being unmet? We're doing, this week, this one, I guess, I have a question. Enoch, so we have to do daily life videos, but we have an implementation workshop. So this week, would you be open to doing, what do you call it, like step-aside videos? Let them know I just did like day 1, day 2, day 3 of my implementation workshop, and do it like that?
It's definitely something I'm going to do. Implementation workshops.
Okay. Because I was going to say the expectation at risk of being unmet is not being able to do the daily life videos how we've been doing it, but we can just do like a step-aside one.
Yeah, that's my expectation.
Okay. Well, let's put that. I guess that's the area for support. I guess to remember. So, yeah. So figure out how we're going to do the step-aside videos during the implementation workshop. If we're going to do it on the phone, or if it's going to be one of those, like Switch, VMix, and all of that.
It'll be one of those things.
Yeah. What about being able to work on outlines?
What about outlines?
Is somebody speaking? No, I'm saying for expectation, at risk of being unmet. What about being able to work on those Wednesday? Because we're gonna. No, that's at 8 o'clock. But we're gonna be coming out of the implementation workshop around that time. We're gonna want to do more brain work.
I have doubts about doing it then. So we're gonna be all fired up.
We're gonna be fired up. Okay. Alright, well.
Give a warm bet.
I don't see. All the things that I can think of. That's the remedy. We can still do them. But where do we see you or people need support to move forward? And this is for, like, we're all involved in content rhythm and creating those. It's just, where do you guys need support? I already said where I did. Sister Sherry, do you need support with content rhythm? Anything in regard to content?
We can't hear Miss Sherry.
Sister Sherry said, what? Okay, I'm gonna turn this off.
Sherry, come back.
I need help with getting the emojis to show up on Notion like they are in the real content tries this. They're not all showing up like they're supposed to. And I don't know what to do.
Have you tested it since last week?
Now I haven't had time to go back in.
Okay. How do you know that it's still causing an issue?
I don't.
Okay.
All I know is I deleted all every time I tried doing an outro, I deleted it and kept trying to put the video on Notion, and every time I put it on, it's showing all the emojis.
And the last time you got... Okay, that sounds good. The last time you had support for it, about it, we found out that we don't want to use those outros. So the outros are likely causing an issue with it. So it could, by not putting the issues, the emojis could be working now.
But they weren't the last time I tried. It's already in this week.
But what I was saying is, the last time you tried it with the outro, and I was saying that the outro was a high chance is causing the issues.
I did try it without the outro. I took it off. And I tried it and it still didn't work.
Oh, okay. I see.
Okay. I'll have to mute and turn down so I don't echo. Alright. Thank you, Sister Sherry. Because I can hear it back in my...
I think you're echoing because of Kathy for some reason. Because sometimes when I hear that echo, I can see both of you glowing.
Oh. I don't know. Alright, well thank you, Sister Sherry. Anybody else before we move forward? Speak now for everyone. Alright. So last one. Shanisha will conduct 5 strategic partnership interviews using the questions in the Daniel checklist, the Clarity Call script, and the AOI questions database, so we can gain clarity in our market research as we create profitable partnerships for Enoch and the AOI by March 29, 2023. These are not updated, but
How dare they?
how dare I not update these? Oh boy,
It's a boy.
it is. Well, last week, even though this is like me conducting 5 strategic partnership interviews on my podcast, I was able to reach out to. I had a goal the week before to do 5, and I said okay, I'm going to do 5 every week. But I only was able to reach out to 3 people last week in regards to scheduling Enoch to speak on their platform. Pretty cool. And then we were able to go through. We hadn't. I don't know if we did. Oh, in my transformation coaching session, we were able to go through some limiting beliefs that I had in regards to that, in regards to interviewing people and creating content and things like that, which is very helpful for this monthly mission. And I think out of everything that I did, that was probably like the biggest needle mover, because limiting beliefs, I'm telling you. And then this is like direct, kind of like indirectly maybe, but I know we're creating a resource page for our students, and I started that, but I started it yesterday. But it counts because it was before today, so let's count it. I started putting the things on that resource page on Notion. It's called High Income Students Resource Page. I don't know what else to call it. And so that's progress that we were able to make. Yeah, apart from that. Oh, and I reached out to, what's his name again? I reached out to David Simons again. But this time it was in regard to, well, I asked him if he's still interested in speaking on a podcast, and then I let him know that Phoenix would like to schedule him to be interviewed on ours. So that's nice. He wasn't one of the three, I actually forgot about him. Yeah, let's go with those. We did not get together much to work on that. What is the number one biggest problem that you or we are currently facing? Such that I thought would make the greatest difference in this monthly mission forward, and what could you or we do to solve it? So it would be, for me, to actually, like, how many days do we have? 16 days? I want to I created a calendar already, so I'm going to create a form to attach to the calendar to have people schedule even during like my 3 to 4 o'clock times every day to be able to do interviews and not just be limited to Friday. And so I want to do that this week so I can send it to people. And also, along similar lines, like reach out to people that are in the Facebook groups. I don't know if that's advice, but I've been thinking about it. Like create one of those posts in like a, what's it called? Like a meet a guest kind of group, and let people know there that if they would like to be interviewed in my podcast, and see how that goes. I want to test that out this week. Expectations at risk of being unmet. What's today? Monday? Well, in the implementation workshop, so not being able to work on it Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, but today after the weekly briefing I'm going to do as much as I can, and then also Friday.
What is it?
What did you say?
What is it?
Strategic partnerships.
Oh.
I'll do that today. And then where do you need support to move forward? You or people? Let me go back to my other page. This is in regard to the calendar. So I have Enoch has a talk coming up. I know this particular strategic partnership mission is related to market research, but I'm gonna just put all the strategic partnership stuff here. So Enoch has a talk coming up in China, and I remember we were talking about creating a calendar to be for people to be interviewed on our podcast. So we need help from just Kathy and Enoch. We can sit together and do it to create that calendar of interviews on our podcast. And I created a time slot for the guy in China, but we want to put the other times that he's going to be available. Yeah, that would be helpful. And also work with Sister Deborah. Find a system for giving her feedback in regards to like the leads and things that we generate and we put on the strategic partnership list. And also work with her to see how we can use Save to Notion to put the information in there. We can use that extension. Because we have another AI sit down, her and I think this Friday. We can probably work on it then. Also, I sent a screenshot of it in chat with Kamran and Enoch, but there is something, this is the part of my road too, but it's another area for support. There's emails that's been coming through saying, like new user registration or something for the Army of Youth. Do any of you know what that means? It's from WordPress. Or how I can like unsubscribe from it or make it go somewhere else. It's really crowding up the inbox, the emails that I'm trying to keep track of, pushing them down. I need support, figure out how to remove that. I don't know where it's coming from. I mean, where it's supposed to be going, but it comes from WordPress. And all it says is test, and then it has a number and email. Every day, several times a day. So I need support to remove that too. Anyways, not at all for me. So the last one? Yeah. Alright, so before we move on to step 3.5, what do we intend to work on this week? Does anyone else need support in any area that was not mentioned? This is your time to Alright. And you notice we didn't go through weekly wins from last week is because we didn't write our weekly wins from last week. Because we had a hard stop and then we did the challenge. So let's go ahead to the 3 What?
Never mind.
Okay. Let's go down to step 3.5 and jot down the things that we're going to be working on this next week. Keeping in mind that we have the implementation workshop. We can take about 5 minutes to do so. And also write down the things that you're going to be learning and the talents you're going to be developing this week for Christ service. So that's step 3.5 and 3.6. Okay. I'm not sure how much time it's been. I think it's been 5 minutes. Alright, let's go ahead and go through these. And thank you for writing down what you're going to be learning as well. We are going to start with Sister Kathy. Looks like yours is first. You can just share with us what you have so far.
Help Katharina find a time to give me feedback where she needs support and the biggest problem, and work with Enoch and Shanisha for scheduling people to speak on our podcast.
Okay, do you have an idea of what you're going to be learning this week?
Yeah, I do. I'll put it down.
Okay. Thank you. Oh, I guess I could put mine like this. Okay, and while you're putting that, let's have Sister Deborah go through hers. We can't hear you.
I forgot I muted myself. Sorry about that.
That's alright.
Okay. My weekly wins is the implementation workshop. I want to get through it again and do more work in it. And my notion with Kathy and Sherry and transformation coaching. I think on Friday I have it with you and Kathy. So I want to do that. And what am I learning? I'm learning. I'm studying Myron's 5-day challenge and how he does that and his psychology behind that, and how to. I want to learn how to get people to the challenge, and I want to learn as much as I can out of the implementation workshop, and be able to take notes and stay up with it and do something with it.
I think that's awesome. Thank you. And those are good objectives to have. I want to figure that out too. My objectives are this week for the implementation workshop. Okay, and you have it already. I'll just get people to the challenge. 5-day challenge. Okay, so I'll go through mine while Sister Kathy's writing hers. Work on the premium value offer. I just have to figure out what different sections I could contribute to the most. And the challenge funnel, do the implementation workshop for days 1, 2, 3. Schedule 5 strategic partnership interviews for Enoch. By God's grace, 4 for me, and then follow up with 3 people during strategic partnership outreach, which will have to be today and Friday. And then work with Sister Kathy to craft 2 more emails for our challenge funnel. Work with Cameron to see, and that included with that is work with Cameron to see how to schedule those email broadcasts in for the new direction emails and other emails in ClickFunnels 2.0. That could be something I can work on too, either today or during the implementation workshop. And what I'm going to be learning, I'm going to be going through the 4 stages of delegation by Andy Stanley, and I put down broadcasting emails because we have a few of them that are ready. Well, that needs to be reviewed and then could be ready to start sending out this week. That would be nice. And also, I want to put down here, I set intention to learn how to do the cuts, like the jump cuts on VMix. And I've been intentional with it and improving, but I just need feedback from Cameron, which was an area of support, but I wrote it down afterwards because I thought about it afterwards. So, his feedback, because his cuts are really nice. So, anyways, that is for me. And I don't see anybody else's weekly wins written down. Sister Kathy, I see you wrote down what you're going to be learning. Would you be willing to share before we close?
My assignment, and I've been going over it, is the imagination.
Learning about the imagination? Okay, thank you. So it looks like that is everyone. Thank you guys so much for participating and for writing down your intentions, where you need support. And I pray that as we go through the week, that our plans that we make will be in accordance with God's will, and that we will be able to recognize the progress that we're making as we're making it, no matter how small or big it is. And yeah, we've come to the end. Sister Deborah, would you like to close us in prayer?
Yeah, sure. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. Dear Lord, please give us the strength that we need and the wherewithal to accomplish these goals, Lord, and to take us even further than what we thought we could go. Please help us to persevere and to learn and to grow and to be able to teach other people. Help us to get on the same page as you are and to do the things that you would have us to do, Lord. Please open our hearts, our minds, and our eyes to what's possible and what we can do and the steps to do it. Help us to remember that you're always near to us, close, to help us through everything and to work with us, Lord. Help us to remember that if we need help, all we need to do is call upon you. And help us to remember to pray before we do anything, so that we invite you to help us and to grow with us and to reach the people that you would have us to reach. We thank you for this opportunity, Lord, and please help us to be grateful for it and to be thankful for all that you do for us. In Jesus' name we pray.
Amen. Thank you. Much appreciated. Have a productive day, everyone.
You too. Thank you. You did a good job.
Praise God. Thanks.